Hi everyone, I am Nirisha, Assistant Professor from the Department of CSIT from MLR Institution of Technologies. Today we are going to discuss about operators in C language. So the C operators. An operator is a symbol used to perform mathematical and logical operations in the program. So some kind of mathematical and logical operations we need to perform. So for that we are using these operators. And operator is nothing but a symbol. It performs some action based on its symbols. The types of operators are arithmetic operator, relational operator, logical operator, increment and decrement operator, assignment operator, bitwise operator, conditional operator. And next, coming to the arithmetic operator. The arithmetic operators are the symbol used to perform basic mathematical operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division and percentage module. So this is the following table that represents about the arithmetic operators. So the operators that we are using, they are this one: plus, minus, multiplication, division and modulus. And the meaning is for plus, as we know, it is for addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and the symbol is for remainder of the division. And next, example. So coming to the example, if you are doing 10 plus 5, we'll get the answer as 15, and 10 minus 5 is 5, 10 into 5 is 50, 10 by 5 is 2, and 5 modulus 2 is equals to 1. If we divide this 5 by 2, it goes 2 times and we'll get the remainder as 1. So if you are using this modulus operator, we'll take the result as the remainder. If you are using the division as the operator, then we are using the quotient as the result. So an example program, how we can perform this arithmetic operations in a C program language. So for that, we are taking inside the main function, we are taking the two numbers, int num1 and num2, and then next these are some of the variables that we are using to store the results. The sum result, subtraction result, the multiplication result, remainder and also the division. So such kind of results that we are storing in this variable. And next in the statement we are asking to enter two numbers. Without two numbers we cannot perform any kind of arithmetic operations. So scanf statement is used to read the two numbers. Percentile D are nothing but the format specifiers that we are telling for the compiler that we are reading the two integers and that we are storing in the address of num1 and also in the address of the num2. Those two variables. And in the next step, we are calculating the sum of those two numbers, division of those two subtraction of those two numbers, multiplication of those two numbers, division of those two numbers, and in the last step, we are finding the remainder of those two numbers, and whatever the result we have got by using these operations are assigned to this variables: sum, subtract, multiply, division, and modulus. So, and by using this printf statement, we are printing the result of the sum, subtraction, multiplication, division, and also the modulus. So, after running this program, this is the test cases that we will get. So, that the two numbers that we are reading is 6 and 3, and the sum we have got is 9, difference is 3, product is 18, quotient is 2.000, and then modulus is equals to 0. So if you are using float, a data type, so after point we'll get some 6 decimal places here. This we already discussed in our data types class. And next is an relational operators. So the relational operators are, it's nothing but a comparison operator. It compares the two values in between the operators. So relational operators are the symbols that are used to compare two values. That means the relation operators are used to check the relationship between the two values. So these are all nothing but the relational operators. Less than, greater than, less than or equals to, greater than or equals to, double equals to, and not equals to. As we all know about greater than, less than, greater than or equals to, and less than or equals to, it checks the number is greater than the other number or not, or less than the other number or not. So what it returns? So it returns true if the first value is smaller than the second value. Otherwise it returns false in the less than values. We are using less than symbol. So 10 less than 5 is a false. It coming to the greater than. So 10 greater than 5 is true. So what it returns? It returns true if you are using this expressions. And next, if less than or equals to, if 10 is less than or equals to 5 is false. 10 greater than or equals to 5 is false. And also double equals to is also called as equality operator. Double equals to and not equals to will come under equality operators. And here it is checked. A double equals to operation is also known as a comparison operator. It will check the two values of this. It will check the two values. By using this symbol, we are telling that the numbers are equal or not. So 10 is equals to 5? No, it is wrong. So the result will be the false. And not equals to operator, it will check whether the two values are equals to or not equals to. 10 not equals to 5. Yes, 10 is not equals to 5. So the condition is, here it is true. Generally, relational operators we are using inside the conditions. Next, one example program for relational operations. So header file, next main function, and next int x is equals to 56 and y is equals to 123. And by using this printf statement, we are printing the x value and y value. And next, we are doing some operation, that is x greater than y. So we are finding whether the x is greater than y or not. So for that, what will get the result as? If it is true, we'll get the result as 1, and if it is false, we'll get the result as 0. And the numbers we have taken is x is equals to 56 and y is equals to 123. So if you substitute the x and y values over here, 56 greater than 123. Is 56 greater than 123? No. So the result we will get here as 0. So it is false. And the next, x greater than or equals to y. Is 56 greater than 123? No. Is 56 equals to 123? Also no. So we'll get the answer as 0 because the condition is false. And the next is x less than y. 56 less than y? Yes, it is true. So we'll get the result as 1. And the next, x less than or equals to y. So whatever the values, after evaluating this expression, whatever the values we are getting, that will be reflected in this control string place. So x less than or equals to y? Yes, it is less than or equals to less than y. So we'll get the result as true. And x double equals to y? 56 equals to 123? No, false. So we'll get the result as 0. False means 0, true means 1. And the next, x not equals to y? Yes, 56 is not equals to 123. So we'll get the result as 1. Because 56 is not equals to 123. So these relation operators are basically used in the conditions. And next are logical operators. So the logical operators are logical and, logical or, and logical not. So logical and returns true if all the conditions are true, otherwise it returns false. And logical or returns false if all the conditions are false, otherwise it returns true. And logical not, as usual, if the condition is true, we are going to set false, and if the condition is false, we are going to set it as a true by using this logical not operations. So when you are using multiple conditions, so in an expression, if you have multiple conditions to be satisfied, so at that time we are using this logical operations to combine all those multiple conditions and make it as a single unit. So for example, see, this 10 less than 5 is one condition and 12 greater than 10 is the another condition. So we are checking both the conditions are true or false. So if this is true and 10 less than 5, 10 is less than 5, no, that is false. So and 12 greater than 10, is 12 greater than 10? Yes, it is true. So one condition is false and other condition is true. So obviously we'll get the expression as a false. In the logical AND operator, here it is clearly mentioned that it returns true if only the all conditions are true. If any of the condition is false, we no need to check for the other conditions because obviously the expression will be the false. And coming to the logical OR condition, here all the conditions are, if any one of the condition is true, then by using this logical OR, we can tell this complete expression is true. And 10 less than 5 is true. And 12 greater than 10, it is true. 10 less than 5 is false. So one false we got and the other one is true. So we are evaluating this expression as a true. And then next. So 10 less than 5 is a false and 12 greater than 10 is a true. And we are using the operator here as a logical AND operator. So till in the brackets we have got the result as false. But we have a logical not operator, so the false condition we are making it as a true by using this logical not operator. So when you are using any multiple conditions to combine, so at that time we are using this logical operators. So this is one of the example program for logical operators. We are taking the A value as 5, B value as 5 and C value as 10 and one result variable. So to this result variable we are assigning A double equals to B and C greater than B. So A double equals to B, 5 double equals to 5, that is true. So one condition is true and the other condition C greater than B. C is 10. So 10 greater than 5, yes, again true. So true and true. So the result will be the true. So that is the result. The value that will be stored here in this result variable is true, which means 1. So by using this printf statement, we are printing the result of this. So the result of this will be 1 because we got the condition as true. And the next, to the result variable, we are assigning the other values, other expression. This is the other expression that we are assigning to the result value. So next operation we are performing by using logical AND operator. So A double equals to B, yes, true again. And the next, C less than B. C is 10. 10 less than 5, it is false. So we are getting the result as false. So obviously the result will be false. If you are using the logical AND operator, both the conditions must be true. So then only we can tell the complete expression is a true. So that is the reason why we will get the result here as a false, which means 0. And the next, in the next statement we are assigning, by using this printf statement, we are printing that result. And to this result again, A double equals to B or C less than B. So A double equals to B, that is true. And C less than B. C is 10 and B is 5. So 10 less than 5, that is false. So one condition is true. So if any of the condition is true in the logical OR operator, then obviously the complete expression will be the true. So the value that will be assigned to the result variable is 1. So by using this printf statement, we are printing that result value. That result value here it is 1. So we are getting the answer as 1. 1 is true. And the next to the result variable, we are assigning A not equals to B and C less than B. So A not equals to B is an 5 not equals to 5. 5 is equals to 5. 5 is not equals to 5 is a false statement. So here we will get the value as false. And here C less than B. So 10 is less than 5. That is also false. So here we are getting both the conditions as a false. So automatically the result will be the false one. So by using this printf statement, we are printing this result value that will be reflected in this control specifier. So the result is false. So we are getting the value as 0. And in the next statement to this result variable, what we are assigning? A double equals to B. So 5 double equals to 5, yes, it is true. But we are making the condition as false by using this not operator. So by using this printf statement, we are printing the result. So the true will become false here. So we are getting the result as 0. So these are the logical operators, logical AND, logical OR and logical NOT. So increment and next is increment and decrement operators. So the increment and decrement operators are called unary operators. It is called unary operators because both need only one operand here. We need only one operand to solve this operator. So the increment operator adds 1 to the existing value and the decrement operator subtracts 1 from the following value of the operand. So here operator is an increment value. This is double plus. 2 plus symbols we are using for an increment operator and 2 minus symbols we are using for a decrement operator. Incrementing means adding 1 to the existing value. Decrementing means subtracting 1 from the existing value. For example, if you have A is equals to 5 and we are using A plus plus, it is nothing but this statement is almost equivalent to A is equals to A plus 1. So 5 plus 1 will be equals to 6. So by using this operator, we are adding 1 to that variable. And then next, by using decrement operator, for suppose we are taking a is equals to 5 and a minus minus. So this is almost equivalent to a is equals to a minus 1. So thus a minus 1, the operation we are doing, and the same thing we are assigning to the a value. So 5 minus 1 will be 4. The 4 value we are assigning to the a value. So a value will be is equals to 4. By using this operator, we are decrementing the value from the existing value, and by using this plus plus operator, we are incrementing the value. And these are some of the example programs for pre-increment and post. So some of the example for post increment and post decrement. So the operator increment is plus plus. So this is again further divided into some two types. One is post increment and other one is pre increment. As well as for decrement also, decrement, the operator is minus minus. This is also further divided into post decrement and pre decrement. So we'll learn about the difference between the post and pre increment and also post and pre decrement. So this is an example program for post increment and this is an example program for post decrement. So these are nothing but the header files, and inside the main function we are assigning a value, that is I is equals to 5, and also one variable that we are declaring, that is j. And to this j we are assigning this I plus plus. We are incrementing the I value, and that I value we are assigning to the j. So by using this printf statement, I is equals to percentile d, j is equals to percentile d, and I value will be reflected in the first control string and the j value will be reflected in the second control string place. So here I is equals to, after running this program, we'll get I is equals to 6 and j is equals to 5. And the next, coming to the post decrement. Inside this main function, I is equals to 5j and I decrement we are doing, and by using this printf statement, we are printing the I and j values. So what we are doing here, we are incrementing the value. So we are incrementing the value of this I, and also we are decrementing the value of I. So if I is equals to 5, we are incrementing this I value. So the I value will be assigned to this j. It is a pre-increment. So in the case of the pre-increment, first the value is assigned, then we are using the incremented value for the further calculations. In the post increment, first the value is assigned. So I value is 5. So I value is equals to 5. We have already given here. So that I value we are assigning to j. So j value will be equals to 5, and later on, after assigning the value, later on the I value will be incremented, that is equals to 5 minus 5 plus 1 equals to 6. And the same thing will happen for the post decrement also. First the I value we are using, and later on, after using the I value, then later on the I value is decremented. So for that reason, the j is equals to 5, but I value has been decremented. As we seen in the previous example, so as we seen in the previous example, I plus plus is equivalent to I is equals to I plus 1. So here what we are doing is we are assigning j is equals to I plus plus. So in this post increment, first we are assigning the I value to the j. So the j value is equals to 5. And next, later on, this I value, this expression, this is happening. For I, we are adding plus 1 to the existing value. So now I value will be is equals to 6. So that is the reason why we have got I is equals to 6 and j is equals to 5. And this same applicable for the post decrement also. First the value will be assigned, and later on the value will be decremented in the post increment and also in the post decrement. And next is the pre increment and pre decrement. So here we are doing increment operator and also the decrement operator. So in the same example we have taken, but the thing is, instead of doing I plus plus, in the pre-increment, the operator will come first and the next the operand. This is the post increment and this one is the pre-increment. In pre-increment, we'll get the operator first. So the operation will be performed first, and then next the whatever the value has been changed, that value will be assigned to the j value. So here we are taking I is equals to 5 and j is equals to 5 and j is equals to plus I. So here what we are doing first the operation is performed. So we are incrementing the value of I. So after incrementing the value of I, the I value will be equals to 6. So that 6 value we are assigning to the j. And then next coming to the pre-decrement. So here also the same, I is equals to 5 and j. So the I value we are taking is as 5 and j is equals to minus I. So here we are using a pre-decrement, which means the operation is performed first. So we are decrementing the value of this I value and then the decremented value we are assigning to the j. So after decrementing the I value will be is equals to 4. So that j value will be is equals to that I value we are assigning to the j. So the 4 value will be assigned to this j variable. So the difference between pre-increment and post-increment is, in the post-increment, the operator is placed after the operand. In the pre-increment, the operator is placed before the operand. So here first the I value we are using and then we are incrementing in the post-increment, and coming to the pre-increment, first the value is incremented and then we are using that incremented value. So coming to the summary, we have seen about operators and also the types of operators, and the remaining operators we'll see in the next class. Thank you.